And I think we're live. Go ahead, check it. Please confirm with me, Mr. Aaron. Aaron on drums.
Yep, I see it. We're good.
We're good?
We're good.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to another live episode of the After Service Podcast. I'm here today with my very special co-host, Aaron, California Aaron. Service should be wrapping up from...
California Aaron.
California Aaron. So, service is done. Does my voice sound distorted when I talk, or do I sound clear?
You sound clear, but it sounds distorted when you talk over the sounds.
Like that?
No, like, and also, also when you play like the beginning music and stuff.
When I talk like that, it does a blur.
It gets a little funky. Yeah.
It gets a little funky. That's okay. In today's episode of the After Service Podcast, the boys react to Gordon Ramsay. What's the video called? Audience? Huh? Right. Boiling Points highlight reels. Now, it's a video that I have really been into for the past who knows how many years. Simply because of the fact that, to me, in my opinion, this shows you the most accurate representation of what I imagine working for Gordon Ramsay must have been like back in the day.
Yeah, he was, 30, you said?
I think, yes, I believe so. So today we're going to do some highlight. We'll stop and go. For everyone watching, I'm going to be sharing my screen. So if you see me disappear, Aaron, don't freak out. I'm not quite sure how to do a picture-in-picture, like a proper reaction. But I'll be there. And Aaron, anytime you want to jump in, just go ahead and say something, and I will pause it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to, you know what? I should probably let the audience know that we're on live right now. Oops. That was not the picture I wanted to take. I took a picture of my bedroom. All right. And then we'll do a nice little link. Man, you just can't make this shit up when you're live, my guy.
Make this shit up? What you making up over there?
Cooking up a batch of bullshit.
Batch of bullshit. Just like every other day, huh?
Just like every other day. Sorry we're running late, guys, but as a chef once told me that being on time is white supremacy.
What the fuck? Okay.
Well, what do they do when they show up on time?
What?
Start oppressing.
Oh, gotcha. That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for the sensitive white viewers that we have. There's going to be some viewers going to be like, I'm white and I don't appreciate that. No, that's not okay.
I just see an excuse for next time I'm late to something.
Excuse me, Chef David. Being on time is white supremacy.
You wouldn't want to be a white supremacist now, would you? That's why I come in 30 minutes late every day.
30 minutes? Yeah, I come in 30 minutes late, and I always speak Spanish. Right? That's not an issue.
Yeah.
There you go. Share it to the stories. Okay, so we're going to be reacting to Gordon Ramsay Boiling Point Uncensored Ultimate Highlight Collection. It's 28 minutes long, but I imagine we'll run a little longer. We'll see how we feel at the top of the hour. We might cut it, maybe do it like a little 2-parter, or hey man, maybe we'll just muster through the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share. I'm gonna share the screen. Make sure I don't share the wrong one. No, not the entire screen. I want to share this window.
Oh, he looks terrifying already.
Do you see it? Now, see, I just kind of want it to be on the whole. Oh, great. Oh, and you can see our little faces. I can see my face. Okay, cool.
Exciting.
Hey, man, we're learning as we go, okay? We're learning as we go. So, please, everyone, have some patience. Oh, and we got chat going on immediately. Let's jump before we jump in. Let's go. Joe Bob Targaryen. I hope Targaryen.
Okay,
Joe Bob. You know what? Joe Bob. That's the name. We're just gonna go with Joe Bob. Hey, Joe Bob. Joe Bob says Fish Fry Friday in Buffalo. Tomorrow, boys. Saute. I'm opening. Should be a decent turnout. Haddock all day. Beer, breaded, boiled. Hopefully, we get Italian bread for strips, steak sandwiches. Had 86 today. That is fucking rough. Especially if this, I mean, strip steak sandwich, that sounds bomb. If it's, yeah, man. It always sucks when it's like the best sellers or just something that's really good. But even that, you know, you're going to do what you got to do, Joe Bob. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you have a great Friday, whether it is your Friday, or Monday. It doesn't matter, man. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let's go on and let's jump into this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and widen it. Wait, what happens if I maximize it? Can you still see?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? I'm going to. All right. Just so you get like a good view. I got my chat up here so I can check out the dude. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and start. We're going to hide this. Let's start from the beginning and let's check it out. And again, Aaron, as you want to pause, just let me know. I know exactly where I want to be pausing and stuff. So let's get it going, guys.
I'm not hearing it on my end, though, I don't think.
Oh. You're absolutely right. There is a. Stop. We're going to go to share. Screen. Share tab audio. Window. Gordon. Share. All right. Tell me if you hear this. Do you hear that?
No, I'm not hearing it.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks if you can't hear it. That hurts me. Let's try it again. Let's see. Joe Bob says, goofy Game of Thrones reference. My name is Kenny the cook. You watched Game of Thrones, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You understand that reference?
Yeah, that's why I corrected you.
Oh. Well, fuck, sorry.
Joe Bob's not a character, but Targaryens is the Dragon Riders.
All right.
He's like, all right, whatever. Nah, I'm not hearing it, man.
All right. It's okay. I'll try one more thing. If not, we're just going to move on, and I'll have to figure out how to make it sound good later in the day.
We could fiddle far around with it some other time or whatever, too, if we can't figure it out.
Yeah, you know what? If anything, guys, we'll figure it out, and we'll do a reaction the other day. The next time we do this, in the meantime, that's fine because, well, I exited out of that. Let's I wanted to share some stuff. You know what? I'm going to share this to you. I saw this on Reddit. Someone made a rate my chef page. Basically, you put the restaurant groups, and it's like 4 cooks to actually go and like critique their chef, front of house, anything.
Like they show up to the restaurant and then they watch service, they look at their food.
Think Yelp.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Let's see if I can find it. I thought it was interesting. I can see it becoming a shit show really quickly, though.
Yeah, I'll reserve my judgment until I know more about who's doing the ratings. You know, because it kind of just sounds like the idea some schwarmy fucking asshole came up with.
That schwarmy fucking asshole. Where is he? All the coming along. You know what? Here's what I'll do. But anyway, now is as good a time as any to talk about the sponsor of the After Service podcast. Is sponsored by Esty and Philistine, after service clothing for those who wear the kitchen on their sleeves. Founded by the idea that we are not one thing, Esty and Philistine is an acknowledgement of both the loftier and depraved sides of humanity, a nod to all of us, recognizing that all humans are tragically and triumphantly both. I'd say that I'm both equally a slob, and yet I OCD on shit, and I love geeking out on kitchen shit. You know, it's kind of weird. Like, we'll geek out on some weird shit that the customers will never know about, and then yet at the same time, you know, we just don't give a fuck. I mean, there's no I don't need to even go into it.
You make something real nice all day at work, and then you go home and you air fry a bunch of fucking frozen chicken patties.
I like frozen chicken patties.
I do too. They're delicious.
I love them, man. I'll make I'll just buy that and a pack of like cheese, just sandwich, you know, pepper jack. Put it over that. It's good, man. Anyway, continuing on, never praising or devaluing one over the other. We simply acknowledge, not judge, that we are all at once both Esty and Philistine. Nowhere more apparent than in the professional kitchen. Check them out as esphil.com, AESPHIL.com. Back to our show. I'd like to give a big shout out to, I believe his name is Gunther. I told you this over the weekend. I never thought this would happen.
Oh, I didn't know his name. Gunther? That's cool.
Gunther.
That's an old school name. Gunther.
I was, yeah.
It seems like a very Colorado name. Like, that's where you.
He recognized me. I got recognized out in public. Someone spotted me out in the wild. I was buying a large cherry Coke from the concession stand. I was watching the Mario Brothers movie. And midway, I had finished my drink, and I went there. And this kid, I'm there ordering. And usually, like, you know, someone will be mopping and doing stuff. I think he was mopping or brooming, and he just kept staring at me. And I could see him at the corner of my eye. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on, bro? You know? And he just keeps staring at me with a smile, like grin. And he's like, I'm going to ask you something, but I think I'm going to be off. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Ask me whatever you want. He's like, do you have a YouTube channel? And I'm like, maybe. And he's like, you know, it's something about cooking or restaurants. I forgot. It's like Line Cook. I'm like, Line Cook Talk. And he's like, yeah, you know, so we talked about it for a little bit. He said he was watching my videos. He was applying for a job at a Olive Garden, which he did not get. So it goes to show you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet, guys.
Don't listen to anything.
Don't listen to anything I say. Okay? I can't even get a kid hired at Olive Garden. Let alone a decent restaurant. No, guys. The After Service podcast. Fuck, I don't have I need like a little asterisk. It's like the opinion shared by Josue and Aaron may not qualify in actual restaurants.
Yeah, a little disclaimer. And like make it like have skulls on it somewhere. Like
yeah, please take what Josue says with a grain of salt. You might not get hired
Mhm.
at Olive Garden.
Stupid.
No, not Olive Garden. No, you're not gonna be family at Olive Garden. Sorry.
No. So I said, "What?" So I wish them luck. I told him, like, don't give up. I mean, it's fucking Olive Garden,
Hey, at least the kid's got. It sounds like he's got a job.
Yeah, I mean, he's busting ass in the movies. I can't hate on him. I see the way people leave the movie theaters when they go. I see the way people treat them when they're when they're crushed.
Have you seen the fucking prices at the movie theater though? It's kind of soul crushing when you gotta buy a $12 fucking thing of popcorn.
Yeah, and then you don't even make a decent wage.
Yeah, well, not to get into that, but yes, definitely.
All right, so check this out. I got a question here from Burrap. BURRRRAP. Burrap. I am a grill cook at a semi-upscale restaurant. We have been short-staffed for a couple months now, and as of tonight, both my sous and saute have put in their notice. In 2 weeks, we will only have me and the exec chef in the kitchen. I am expecting to be offered salary, but I will refuse the offer as I am not willing to work 60-plus hours a week without overtime. My question is, what would be a fair hourly wage to ask for given the circumstances? I am currently making $18 an hour in Georgia. Holy fuck, 16 hours a week, no overtime. 16 hours a week, no overtime. Well, I mean, if you're doing salary, my thing has always been like I guess like for me, it's like if you're anything less than, what do you think, like 42K a year?
Yeah,
anything less than that, stay
Georgia,
hourly.
I don't know where the guy lives in Georgia, but like if he doesn't want to do the salary, 23, 24, 25, somewhere around there, I would say.
24. Yeah. I would start off at 25 and then meet somewhere in the middle, but not go any lower than 22. And then I'm not understanding, why are they offering him salary? Like, is he going to be a salaried grill cook? Is he going to be promoted to a sous chef?
I think the promotion is kind of inferred with the salary, possibly.
I'll wipe my ass if a chef infers something. I need clarification.
No shit, dude.
Okay, suck my dick.
I didn't
with inferring shit.
Maybe he left it out, but he means that he's getting a promotion, and that's what the salary is coming from.
To a lead? I mean, that's not even.
Yeah. What, to sue?
I mean, Thomas Hunt says he'd say at least 50. I completely agree with him. I work lunch prep today too, 9 to 4. I enjoyed very much. 9 to 4. What a beautiful shift. 9 to 4, Tom. That is the shift. That's like about as normal as it gets. A nice chill morning, do a little prep, maybe get a lunch rush. Then there's the day, do the week. I mean, look, man, 60 hours
plus, man. 11 to 7. 11 to 7
I can't hate on that. I can't hate on mids. I mean, we all know that there's no point in bashing nighttime because that's where the action is. If you want to be a semi-decent cook, it's either going to be do like a breakfast place or work nights.
Yeah.
Because if it's not,
you want to get your volume up.
You want to get your volume up. You want to start grinding those hours. Yeah, 9 to 4. Tom, man, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. For a very short period of time, I was working 3 to close Monday through Friday at the Bird. And it was like the most normal schedule I ever had. But
I don't think any of my schedules ever normal.
The only comment on this guy's post is $30 USD seems fair. No, they're not going to be paying this guy $30 an hour for. I don't know, man. Listen, no overtime. I don't know about that. I want my responsibilities well detailed. I want to know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm not going to be doing, I don't mind, like, the staying late, coming in early, that's fine. You know, in some cases, it's just better to do salary. But I think, I agree with.
I would do 10-hour days and occasional longer than that for a
How
decent
about
salary.
10-hour days, and then on your crush days and evenings, whatever, 12. You know,
Yeah.
if you got like a party the next day, then do like a 13-hour. I don't mind that, but holy
The
fuck.
salary's gotta be nice, so it's gonna
The
have to be
salary has to be nice, and I agree with you, and I agree with Tom. It would have to be at least 50,000 a year. Anything less
I
than
would
that,
for
I mean, let's
and I would
go
just
ahead.
do higher, man. 60, 65. I mean, and if it's a really nice restaurant, you can get up to 80. You
A
know,
year. Well, I mean,
yeah.
it depends the position you're going for.
Right. I mean,
I
salary
think
position. We're
I
looking
think
at
I got offered
typically.
like Sue and David said that's like it runs from 70 to 75,000 a year for a sous chef,
Yeah.
and they're expected to work minimum 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just and
And
to
it's a
go
huge
back,
pay increase from $16 an hour, though.
yeah, and but also to go back is his sous chef and saute both put in notices. So it's like he has to kind of he should ask himself as well
It doesn't
if
want to
he
work
should.
there.
Do you want to
Yeah.
work there? You want to work at a spot like that? Sometimes the money's not worth it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know exactly how it went down, but if they've got a reason they're leaving, then maybe you should also think about finding a new place too. But if they're just gone to bigger and better things, I guess whatever. But
Yep. What do you consider to be an overrated item on the menu? This guy feels that lobster is low key a scam.
it's so expensive, dude. It. I will agree with that because you get a lobster roll and it's like you're getting a fucking little sandwich for like $26, right? You go to Costco, you can get 6 lobster tails for like $30, $35, and just make a dozen lobster rolls if you want.
Do you have the stream on a window open?
Uh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
That way you can just keep track of the chat as well. Someone, SV Shaman says, all kinds of studies show that once you hit 75K, your happiness doesn't improve dramatically. I 1,000% agree. I think after 75,000, and this is just theoretical. Again, I'm nowhere near wealthy. I imagine it's you're doing a job where the amount you make just starts to skyrocket. It's not your fault. Some people just have that more money. But I've noticed that for a lot of them, when is enough? You'll have a number, but then you'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, I had this expense. Oh, oh my God, but I agree with them. After 75,000, like you pretty much have all your bills in check. You could probably like save up for a down payment. I don't know, man. I know some people that are very like money driven. They don't care what they do. Their bottom line is the dollar that they're going to make per hour. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't go by that. My brain, I could give a fuck. Like if I think I'm going to be miserable, I'm not going to do it, dude.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth my misery. Anyway, that's just, Shaman, I completely agree. But going back to this overrated menu, I'm going to have to agree with this top comment. It says burgers I can't fit in my mouth.
Yeah, that's fucking true, dude.
Like, honestly, at that point, can you just, you know what, legitimately, and here's an idea. Instead of giving me a burger I can't fit in my mouth, why don't you try maybe splitting it into 2 burgers that are reasonably, have some reasonable amount of stuff in them? Yeah, have you seen those burgers where it's a giant burger? They like carve a hole with a cup in it. They stick fries inside the middle of it, and no, dude, stupid food.
You need a knife and a fork to even try to eat it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do none of that shit. Truffle fry. I think anything with truffle is
just shaving truffle onto a dish. I mean,
if you're directly doing it, that's legit. Other than that,
truffle oil is stupid. I don't like truffle oil.
Sourcing ideas for team appreciation. This is coming from a general manager. Let's see what the general manager has to say. General manager here. I handpicked every member of my team, and I love every single one of them. They all work so hard daily, and we run a great operation. We're coming off multiple big inspections, and we aced every one of them. I couldn't be more proud. I need some ideas on how to celebrate them on our success. Earlier this year, we won $100 from the company for a contest, and they asked for a Keurig. So I used the money to put a coffee and snack bar in our storage room that I keep stocked on with my own pay. Is this Judd? We're corporate. Like, is this Judd?
The nicest GM ever.
The company for a let's see. Earlier this year, blah, 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 we did. Okay, we're corporate, so I can use a little company money, but I probably can't get away with more than $50. I don't mind using some of my own to do something else nice for them. Pizza parties are kind of insulting. Ice cream would melt. I thought maybe weekend off of your choice, but I already allow unlimited requests off and never deny requests. That's Judd. This has to be Judd. So it would be a placebo thing. A lawn chair by the dumpster? Not denying that that's a cheese ball idea. But my team is younger, majority late teens, 20s, early 30s, and there are only like 2 or 3 smokers. Everyone eats free for a week or two. Question? Company policy is 50% off. I used to feed them for free until company caught on. One of them suggested game night, but we can't impede business and stay under the radar. Do you all have any suggestions? I can afford maybe $100 extra on my own pay, topping out at $150. Team is about 20 people. Holy fuck.
Damn, that's a lot of people.
I like this guy, man. This guy just is he's really trying, man. Oh, here's some good ideas. This guy said upgrade the kitchen speaker. I like that. We upgraded our kitchen speaker. Someone bought a I forgot what it's called. It's the tall one. They look like tall cans. The JBLs, like the big boy ones. And what's cool about those is if you have multiple people, you can start getting more speakers. You get like a nice full surround sound.
Oh, because they link up?
They link up. So imagine like a picture of the bird. Imagine having like one in the back, one on the line, one in the pit. Everyone's playing it at their own volume, same tracks. We can all rock out to the same shit. I feel it, man. But that's rough, man. I mean,
it's so.
Could you give him beer? Could you give him alcohol?
I was gonna say $100 ain't gonna stretch 20 ways that far, you know. So it had to be something like that guy's upgrade the speaker is a good idea.
It's honestly the little things. I had a bartender. Maybe you might know him. Do you know Day? No. Okay. It's funny because I'll mention him sometimes, and then I'll drop his name, and then randomly people are like, "Oh my god, I know Day. Yeah, Day. Blah blah blah." I don't know if he still works because he was doing both bartending and real estate. So I wonder if he's still doing it. But he was like those people that are just like super nice. I always had this idea that he probably is nice because he probably came from like more of a rough neighborhood. You know, kind of one of those like, I'm really from the hood, so I know what, real danger is like. So I'm not gonna, So he was always really nice. And one day, for appreciation, he gave the entire crew fucking Dr. Scholl's souls. I was so fucking happy.
That's pretty cool.
Everyone thought it was super cool. My wife went to the bar and she was having a drink and he was like, I wasn't sure what to get the kitchen, so I kind of figured they're always on their feet and stuff like that. And my wife essentially, agrees. Like, no, that's like the best gift. If you're not sure what to buy someone that cooks, Dr. Scholl's is the way, dude. We're on our feet all fucking day.
I don't use the Dr. Scholl's because I'm a little bit heavier and they kind of shred on me. But I use this one called Samurai Souls. It's for like work boots and shit like that.
And always get the
perfect. It's so nice having some insoles in the shoes.
It's the best fucking feeling in the world. And I mean, for my pro tip with that is always get arch support. You can't deny good arch support, my G.
what's the word? The orthopedic ones, the shit that like holds your arch up. You'll feel great after that. A day working on that, you'll feel fine. You can go run a mile.
Oh my god, yeah. So I mean, for me, if I had to like do if I had $150 that I could stretch out, I do soles for the entire crew, and that would probably wipe out your 150 right there. To be honest, because there are a few bucks, but let's just say
I think
we could be
they're like $10-12 each. If you
exactly right.
Yeah.
So let's just say you didn't do that. You could do. I don't know what their Sharpie situation is like. I know some restaurants are fighting for that. At Grossman's, Matt had like the Costco box of Sharpies.
I mean, if you wants to do like a gift, like something that kind of is nice, you could get like a custom cake made with that amount of money, and then do like a photo of all of them or something like that.
Black with pinstripe, just like the aprons.
There you go.
I think that'd be hella sick.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like he was saying, pizza is kind of insulting, but like cakes are kind of like expensive, you know, and for a nice occasion, like you don't just buy cake because
buy like a square cake so everyone gets equal pieces, and there's plenty to take home.
Make them fight over it, like a good manager.
So how about some cake, and then at the end of service, a pitcher of beer and a pitcher of soda in case there's like any minor. I mean, if there's minors, but
that's
I think
it's all I need is beers. That honestly, that probably solve it for me.
I really think that
or like well, there's 20 people though, so I was thinking like a nice bottle of like whiskey or something like that would be a nice thing too. I don't know. It's hard to say with the budget and the amount of people.
I'd say a pitcher of beer, man. A beer goes a long way. During closing, forget about it. Do some closing time, a new speaker. I mean, even if it's a Target speaker, I got gifted a like $20. It was like you know, when you go to Target to the electronics section, there's that one brand that covers old like phone cases. They do cords. Anyway, it's like a Target brand, but they have like little speakers. I still have mine. I've had mine for like 3 years. It was like a white elephant gift, but honestly, it's one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be.
It's still going. It's nice speakers.
It's still going. It rocks it. It's all dented and fucked up, but that thing has followed me. I go to a kitchen. There's no speakers. I got it, guys. You know.
Is it that little black one that you had?
No, that wasn't mine.
Oh, gotcha.
That was like Eric 1.0. Like first time Eric probably got a speaker into the bird.
No shit. Yeah.
And then Eric, he left it there, and then it got promoted to a JBL speaker, the tall boy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so whenever those two were gone, or you know we couldn't find it, I would bust out my little green speaker, and it's fucking. I love that thing. All right, so we got a post here. It says, what is your experience with job loss? So he goes, this is a long story, but bear with me. 1, 2, 3. It's not very long. It's like 4 paragraphs. I was very recently fired from my job of 3 years. I promise this is not me. Okay. I was very recently fired from my job of 3+ years. I started in late November of 2019 as a prep cook, and early 2022, I made my way up the ladder to be sous at one of the locations for the chain I work at. I worked so hard for this place. I cared about the people I worked with and did my best to take care of them and help them, while also working as hard as I could to hold up standards and make it so my higher ups had to worry about our location as little as possible. I might have doubted myself at times, but looking back, I know how dedicated I was and how hard I worked and how passionate I was about my job. Within my time there, I was put in mental health program twice. I know I had trouble with my temper, and I take antidepressants because I feel my emotions very strongly. Part of this is because I am female, and part of this is because I have ADHD. In the week leading up to this moment, I scared a server so much she quit by slamming down my phone when I was told that I missed a ticket 40 minutes ago. 20 minutes after we closed. Holy shit. Context, the place I worked at is connected to another restaurant that closed an hour after us, and their customers could not order food from ours during the service hours. I then snapped at the server's boss when they came over to ask if I was making the food for the customers. The week following, I was working at a different location. One of the cooks there wound up breaking health codes badly in front of the customers, so I fixed that. They wound up confronting me about it, saying they got away with it before and got mad at me for calling them out. I wound up calling them a dumbass. They went to HR about it. I let my anger get the better of me and told HR, and HR told my bosses to let me go. I am at such a loss. I feel so hurt and angry at the situation, at myself, at my own actions. I feel like I failed myself and the people I worked with. Has anyone else had this happen to them? Have you ever lost your job because of something similar? Has anyone here felt so angry at themselves for making mistakes that got them fired like this? I just want to know if I am not alone in this kind of experience. What about you? Let's start with you, Aaron. Have you ever had an experience of being fired like that? Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you said something on a podcast, on YouTube.
I mean,
maybe a chef heard it.
I kind of fired myself from fucking wine bar because I was about to fucking fight that kid Alec that one time, and then I told who's Chef Matt, I said, look, man, I'm not coming back here anymore. I can't work with this guy. I'm fucking done, and fired myself from fucking wine bar basically. Yeah, but no, I haven't really. I've had issues with my temper before at my job, but like I had to take a step back and kind of realize that I can't be getting angry about shit that's going on at work because there's no use. You got to approach that shit calm because you want to change things. Getting fucking into arguments is not going to change anything.
Yeah, I mean, calling them a dumbass. This is the part where I have a hard time because there's 100% a level that there's a point where I'm okay how you talk to me. If Eric called me a dumbass, I wouldn't run to fucking Brandy about it. So I don't know what the relationship is. I don't know what kind. I mean, he shouldn't be mad for being called out on something just because he got away with it. So what?
Yeah, that's fucking gross, honestly. Like you
imagine fucking around with raw chicken and then cutting your veggies on top of that for a salad.
I don't know what it was he like washing? He was flash frying shit that he dropped on the floor or something like that.
Well, the chef let me do it. Chef Steve let me do it. It was the big deal. I've had chefs do that. They just drop. I had a guy legit do that. He dropped a fillet steak, dunked it in the fryer, flash fried it, toweled it off, and then finished it in the grill.
I've seen people do that plenty of times, and it's always disgusting. I always say something about it, but you got, like you said, like you can't. Eric could call me a dumbass, and I'd feel fine with it. Like if he was doing it in a way that was appropriate to the situation. Screaming in your face, calling you dumbass is probably not appropriate.
Yeah, like if you got in my face, honestly, I guess. I don't know, man. If you're gonna get bitched out, you should. I would say at the very least, don't do it in front of people. Choose someone. Call them into the walk-in. The walk-in is a safe space, and when I mean safe space, it's the one space where go ahead, chew the fuck out of whoever you want in there.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And you just tell them what's wrong, and then you send their ass home. You don't get to name calling and shit like that.
Joe Bob says, I stood up for a guy that was picking on a female hospitality associate, and he made it racial. 2 months after the incident and a day after Christmas, I was called into HR and terminated. Holy fuck, dude. That's ridiculous. But I mean,
I thought it was weird that she mentioned in the thing that she was female, and that's like part of her issue with anger or something. I don't know what that was all about. I know that females get a lot of extra bullshit from male cooks.
Females 100%. Every day I realize like how. So every day my wife and I learn things about each other, you know? Like, so for instance, like sometimes I'll experience things or I'll notice something and I just tell her, it's like, listen, Mariah, um, it's kind of hard to explain to people, like, just like, I don't see myself as like, oh, I'm Hispanic and I'm brown. And then I'll have moments where someone has to remind me of that. And I'm like, oh, you know, or if I'm getting picked on, if I'm randomly selected for a search, you know, that's weird, you know. But then she says, like, there's things like that for women. Like, she recently got a job and it's in what would be considered a very male dominant job. And so it's almost like I got to hear some of the questions, and definitely she gets a line of questions that you and I would never get. Like, for instance, one was, so let's say if you're helping a client and they see you and they feel uncomfortable because you're a woman, how would you handle it? Right. Okay, that face you just made is, what the fuck kind of question is that?
I would just do my job.
Like I'm like, are you serious? Like, these are the kind of questions women are being asked, and it turns out there is, you know, and there's it is super unfortunate. You know, at some point we should have like one of the 3 females that watch the show just come on live. Because look, I'm over here trying to be like cool with everyone. I'm here trying to be like, hey man, you know, like we shouldn't be racist or sexist. I'm not about to start spewing things thinking that I'm helping and then being, well, that's a very sexist thing. Were you mansplaining? No. We're gonna have at some point we'll have a lady come in here, and the lady can come and tell us the kind of bullshit that we're doing every day, so I can learn how to stop it and be a better man and a better husband and a better son and a better father.
That's the thing too. Is like our buddy Joe Bob there was saying, you got to call that shit out. It's unfortunate you got terminated, and that's kind of a corporate fucking shenanigan.
Joe Bob says, I should have stayed out of it, but it was for the best in hindsight. I'm gonna 1,000% agree with you.
Nah, man. You should always stick up for any.
There's certain things
that you see like that in the workplace.
Exactly. There's certain things that transcend work. Oh, but he's above me. No. There's certain things that bring everything back to the basic common denominator and being a decent human being, not being a piece of shit, treating people with respect. Like, that's it. I don't give a fuck if it's like, oh my God, Gordon Ramsay came into my kitchen. Oh, and I'm going to fucking just kiss his ass and all that while he's treating everyone like shit. I don't think so. No.
Gordon Ramsay did come in the kitchen one time and treat everybody very nicely.
He did. He did. He said the grilled octo was fantastic.
Oh, nice. That's all me then, baby. That was all me.
No, that was Nick. When the tickets for Gordon Ramsay came in,
but I'm the one who preps and cooks that.
That's true. You prepped and cooked it.
Yeah.
Portioned it. It was beautiful.
Marinated it, portioned it, got everything going.
Nah, so you know what I'm going to say to Joe Bob and this person that got fired? Yeah, you know what? Check your temper. It's definitely not good. I think that the cook didn't have to take it to HR. There are certain things I do believe that should stay within the kitchen. You know, it's almost like, I guess you could say almost family drama, back of house drama.
Sometimes he even had the balls to take it to HR because he was already doing something that's like a health code violation. Oh.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't like, and you were doing what exactly? You know?
Right. Yeah.
But no, I think there will always be things that transcend, you know, you're always going to do so. Sometimes the right thing does mean going against HR, does mean going against the owner, does mean going against your executive chef. Oh no. And it looks like Aaron, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just fixing my camera.
That's fine, which gives us time to talk about the sponsor of today's live stream, Esty and Philistine. After service clothing for those who wear the kitchen on their sleeves, founded by the idea that we are not one thing. Esty and Philistine is an acknowledgement of both the loftier and depraved sides of humanity, a nod to us all. Recognizing that all humans are tragically and triumphantly both, never praising or devaluing one over the other, we simply acknowledge and not judge that we are all at once Esty and Philistine. Nowhere more apparent than in the professional kitchen. So, We are back.
Yes.
HR lady fired me while eating a tuna sandwich. Man, fuck the HR lady. Man, fuck that bitch. HR lady firing me while I'm eating a sandwich. Get the fuck out of here.
She's like, "Do you have time to talk?" You're like, holding the sandwich. You're like, "No, I'm fucking eating the sandwich right now." Jesus Christ. Let me. Is it? That's something I've always had an issue with too. Like,
HR doing the management's work.
Anything like that when your boss hits you up on your time off and he's like, "I need this to be done tomorrow and this and this and this." So, like, text me tomorrow then, because I'm not listening and I'm not answering the calls. You know, talk to me when I'm on the clock. Don't also drag me into this to work when I'm off the clock. You know,
Or get me before I clocked out. I don't know why they made me clock in.
yeah,
When I got fired.
Do all that stuff. They got to do it all on company time.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And
then,
that is, I mean, honestly, if you get it done real quick, they just pay you for an hour anyway. So,
yeah, I was at Grossman's.
See you later.
I was at Grossman's for about an hour, so I got paid for it. Thanks, David, for paying me for that hour.
Yeah, that's why you got to shave it down to like 5 minutes. You know,
I should have.
That's why every time I go in the office and they drag me in, I just started out. It's an icebreaker. Am I getting fired? You know?
I should have asked him for tips and tricks on how I could improve as a cook in the future, just to like really eat up the time. Because David loves fucking hearing himself talk.
You gotta.
So,
you want to get extra hours.
I'm trying to get at least 4 hours out of my firing. I want a 4-hour firing. Yeah. I want Mark to go in and be like, "How long does it take to fucking fire someone, David?" You know.
And then he starts talking to you about how you can improve and
what I could have done better, and if there was a problem, I could have come to him and talk to him. Yeah. I skipped out. I'm now. So I left Kitchen Confidential. I think we tag team quite a few funny little things here. I'm gonna go now to my second favorite subreddit, dishwashers. Dishwashers is good. So here's what Dish Piggy, Night of the Dishwasher, posted. With a name like that, I really hope that's like a subscriber or a viewer. How sick would that be? Shout out Dish Piggy, Night of the Dishwasher.
That guy really is down for his job.
I love it. You know, it's anyone can be down to be a cook and everything, but when you find someone that's so fucking down to be a dishwasher, where are those like dish pit tattoos? You know, I want to see like that. Someone tattoos the handle.
A 3-compartment sink tattoo would fucking
like a grab. That would be sick.
Like, see, suds coming out of it and shit, and like a pot handle fucking hanging out. I'm into it. I'm gonna get it.
I need to start making some more dishwasher art. All right. Okay. Dish Piggy says, hate feeling like I'm screwing over my team. I got a fever and they are already understaffed with no dishwasher today because 2 are off and the other is on vacation. And it's just the chefs and 2 line cooks. I hate being sick, but I don't think working in a hot kitchen would be a miracle cure for a fever. Probably would just worsen it. And sometimes taking care of yourself is more important than the job. But I hate feeling like I let my team down. I've barely called off in the year I've been here, but dishes aren't forever. But I still hate feeling so helpless while we are understaffed. Man, that is fucking relatable, whether you're Dishie, prep, saute, everything. And I've been on both sides of it.
I called out today.
You called out today?
Yeah, I haven't been called out for over 2 years, you know, and I've been working, you know, sometimes 80 hours a week and shit like that. So, granted, I've taken time off. Don't get me wrong. I've definitely requested time off, but I felt guilty still, you know. I was like, fuck, dude, I feel bad calling out and this and that and the third, even though, you know, I don't ever call out. It's been 2 years, you know, but yeah, I needed to do it. So it is what it is, right?
How would you feel if, like, you know, you're short staffed and your dishwasher calls out? How would you feel about that?
I would, you know, it sucks. It definitely sucks. It always sucks, right? It always fucking sucks. But I don't ever feel bad or any negativity towards the person called out because that's whatever, you know. We're down on a guy, and that just means we all have to work a little bit harder, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking just specifically this detail, I mean, there have been instances where, say, like Omar calls out, and so Nick and the rest of the line will be like, okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're all gonna take turns running dish,
Mm-hmm.
and then let's say if Aaron, you're on grill, I'll if your station is just not being slammed like that, go do some dishes. If I can cover you, like if I can knock out some steaks out for you while I'm working saute, I'll do that. Once it gets busy, I'll call you over, and then it'll be my turn, and then you can watch out for saute while you do grill. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I also, most people you work with, man, after a while, they completely understand the kind of worker you are. We already know who's calling out for BS, who's not calling out, and even if we don't, we already have a list in our heads of people that if they call out, it's either, oh man, that's cool, bro. Like, I completely understand. I hope you're feeling better, et cetera, et cetera. And then you have your people that as soon as they call out, you're like, man, fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Why is he calling out, the little bitch? I don't give a fuck where he is.
Well, like I said, like I don't ever really feel any negativity towards it. There's definitely always going to be that person that calls out all the time.
I mean, it's kind of
When
like the
that
kids.
happens, well, that's what I'm saying. It's like now I just expect it. So I'm like, I wonder. Like there was some days you go to work and you're like, I wonder if da does in a call out today. Like because I just expect it so much at that point. And I'm like, I'm just gonna have to
You
take
always
a little
know
slack.
there's going to be that guy that's not going to help you during a rush. There's always that guy that's not going to come in and pick up his mess. There's going to be that guy that's probably going to call out,
Yeah.
or I'm going to go on my break in the middle of the rush. So it's to be expected, but I completely agree. Taking care of yourself is more important than the job, than any job.
For sure.
I mean,
For sure.
I've had David call me when I'm sick, probably because I believe that he doesn't believe me. That's honestly why. Like in a company that big, why would a hire call you?
That's it's bullshit, and it's like that's what I always appreciate about Nick. Nick didn't say, "Oh, like we need you to make it today," like, or can you try to fight through it? He'd be like, "Okay," and then he'd text you fucking 5 hours later and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Are you gonna be able to make it tomorrow?" Like, thanks for being so fucking thoughtful and asking. Yes, I'll be making it to work tomorrow. It
Yeah.
was when you would ask that though. Sometimes there's that little part of you like, well, maybe I'll just
Look,
ride
man.
it today.
Sometimes it just is. Some days it's just going to be that. It's not going to be like that all the time, and it's not a big deal. I'm in that same boat as you. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to that thought. I don't care, man. If you're going to call out, because no matter what I say, no matter what you say, no matter what the exec chef says, the chef, the sous, service always ends. That's it. Period. You could be slammed behind. I've been in situations where we're behind by an hour. What the fuck is going on? Service still ends. We still get the all in. We see, at the end of maybe at the end of the night, we just get a talking to like, hey, so what happened? What's going on? What can we do to improve?
Well, and when it's harder too, when it's harder work, it just makes you a better cook. Long run, you get better a little bit by little.
Yeah, it's not that serious. I think, yeah. So yeah, Dish Piggy, thank you, Dish Piggy. Support accomplished. Asked. It's happened again where I almost couldn't catch the bus. This definitely reminds me of a lot of people we worked with at the Bird at PM, and in a way, kind of reminds me of you. This will probably hit home for you. It's starting to piss me off. I like to catch my bus at a certain time eventually. When I find a new job, I'm just not going to let them know and quit. I like working here, but having to catch a bus at almost 12 p.m. every day is bullcrap. That was it. It seems like he's venting, but we completely understand that. Like Chris. So in Santa Rosa, California, our public transportation ends.
Dog shit.
It's dog shit.
Fucking dog shit.
So if you want to take the city bus, which is like Golden Gate Transit, that covers the whole Bay Area, they will go south up till like 11 p.m., but they'll go north well into maybe like midnight.
I think and it depends on where you're, yeah, because they have like the express route and then they have the other route.
Right.
Which
And
at a
then
certain point it won't even stop at a certain area.
it won't stop. It'll just pass. It'll pass entire. Yeah, it'll have like one Santa Rosa stop, one Runner Park, one Petaluma. And then you have the county bus, which is the one that most people would use. Chris would use. I would use. And those end at like 9, period. If you're going north,
eight now.
8
Like,
now, yeah.
grab,
See, that's
but
trash. What about for the people that work late? They're trying to have like a nice downtown with a nice square, and you can't fucking push the time of the buses. It's bullshit, you know. Especially for the amount of people that work late. There's so many restaurant workers in Santa Rosa. Forget about it, man. You know, how helpful would it have been if like the nights that I couldn't take you home, for you to have like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll stop by the bus. The number 8 is coming right in front. It stops every 30 minutes.
Yeah, and there's a bus stop right next to my fucking house. So it's like, why can't I not utilize that?
It's such a bummer. I completely agree.
Like all day Sunday, or for certain parts of it, like when it's starting to like noon for some reason, it's like I'd have to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I can't take the bus on Sundays because it doesn't start till noon. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what? I'm with this guy. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. I would sometimes when I would like apply for places and I had to take the bus, I would basically figure out my route, and then I'd figure out like around what time I could get there, and that'd be my starting time. You know?
Yeah. Especially, I mean, that was the saving grace, right? With the Starks, well, that's what they try to say. We'll work with you on your schedule. Anybody will work with you on your schedule.
Literally anyone.
Just say,
sorry, guys, the Starks don't have a fucking monopoly on working with your schedule. Okay.
Yeah, every time you get a job, they ask you what your fucking availability is. Just put what your actual availability is, and you're good.
Yeah, so that's what I would do. And then night times were rough. Well, they can be rough. One time I had a bike all the way from Santa Rosa, where Equus is, all the way to my house, which was
in Runner Park.
Yeah, in Runner Park. So I had a bike ride from Fountain Grove all the way to like.
Did you go down like the creek path, or did you fucking hit it down Santa Rosa Ave?
Okay, so I went down 2 routes. The first one was Santa Rosa Avenue. Okay, so I went down Santa Rosa Avenue. Are you familiar a little bit with Runner Park, or like where Safeway is, for instance?
Well, because I live there now. I live in Runner Park, and I didn't even know Santa Rosa Ave went all the way down.
Oh, you live in RP now?
Yeah. So
what section? It's the first letter of your street.
Well. Oh, S.
You live in that section.
Yeah, I'm on Snyder. So S.
Damn, Nick used to live on Snyder.
So,
okay, so.
Because I'm so close to all the Camino
Colegio?
Camino Colegio, and there's another Camino one around here, so I must be next to the C section.
So are you close to like the Shell gas station?
Yeah, right there by the high school and all that shit.
Yeah. Okay, that's a perfect reference because I lived near there. So I basically would bike all the way from Fountain Grove all the way there. The first time I did it, I took Santa Rosa Avenue. And that's fine. However, after you hit, once you start getting like where it's like the last liquor store, all the sidewalks go away. You know? Yeah, by the Shell.
Unincorporated.
It's all unincorporated, but it was the most scary because that's all of Santa Rosa Avenue. First off, I had to go through what seemed like forever of just shotgun shells. And then just the sketchiest people. Like, I had no doubt that those people could like take me off of my bike if they wanted to, you know?
Yeah.
Like bike stealers and stuff like that. So the next time I had to ride my bike home, I'm like, I'm not going to go down Santa Rosa Avenue. I'm going to go down Petaluma Hill Road.
It's still sketchy.
Same. It was, that one frightened me even more than Santa Rosa Avenue.
Yeah.
The reason why is because it's unincorporated. Zero visibility.
60 mile an hour speed limit too.
16-hour-mile speed limit. So many people I know have had accidents there or have died there or have been like amputated because of an accident there. I'm going up a steep hill, which sucks. And then you can't see shit because it's just black. And then there was a point where I was passing through someone's property and all you hear is just a fucking dog charging at you. And because it's by a bush, you can't tell how far away that fence is. So you just hear that dog like it's just about to. It was the worst experience. And then that was it. That was the last time. After that, I was like, someone's going to have to pick me up.
I'm not doing this anymore.
I did Santa Rosa Avenue, scary. I did Petaluma Hill Road, scary. Who's going to be the homie and pick me up? Luckily, I had a lot of people willing to give me rides there and back.
Taking Ubers and shit too.
That was before Uber was what it was.
Yeah.
Uber was still new enough. Now I don't fuck it. Now I'll be like, I'll stay late. I'll call an Uber.
Yeah, but it just sucks because it's like to take an Uber from say Santa Rosa to Runner Park, especially later, it's like $35, Kind of stupid.
I would pay like 21, but it's still a lot.
It's more expensive now than it was.
Ugh, that's
like
all.
Last year, even when I was going to Petaluma, it was only costing $20. And I was going to Santa Rosa to Petaluma, it was like $24 or something like that. And now it's like 42 or some shit.
Do you live closer? Do you live you live by the square, right?
In Runner Park?
Yeah. So the square is University Square. It's in front of the high school. It's where Mountain Mike's is.
It's like a little strip mall area.
Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking like the square in Santa Rosa, how it's like that big area. Like
No. So in Runner Park, all of us that went to Ranticatati, that area is just known as the square because it's University Square.
Mm.
So it'd be like the number one spot. You'd always see the cops go get the truants. That's like
it's like where the MD liquor is and shit, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Is that your nearby like go-to spot?
For
just because back in Santa Rosa, you had like that 7-Eleven at such a nice little location. I was very jealous of you.
Yeah. So yes. Yeah. That's there's no walk in there. I mean, I could walk there. It takes like 30 minutes, but
that's not no. Okay, so you're kind of far from things then.
So I'm like, when you come in from Snyder, like when you get onto Snyder, you know how there's like all that residential area right
from Petaluma Hill Road.
Yeah, and then it turns into that strip with all the apartment complexes.
Correct.
So I'm in the very first apartment complex.
Oh, I know people. Yeah. The one with the fountain.
No. That's the one. That's a little bit farther down.
Okay. I had a friend.
It's called the Americana.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I had a friend that lived in those, and I took his laundry detergent, and I took the laundry detergent and I took a saran wrap, and the laundry detergent I dumped it into the fountain, and then the saran wrap. I saran wrapped as many I got I can only get up to 3 because he had like the Costco size saran wrap. So I did like 3 or 4. Homie, I was a menace back in my I was a menace. I wasn't like I'm not the guy you go out with and
bad pranks. You're like
that's it.
Shit, you wake up and see your car saran wrapped and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
exactly. But what? You just scissor it up. That's it. No harm, no foul. It was back when pranks, as soon as the prank is over, you can move on with your life, except the fountain, man. I do feel kind of bad because someone had to drain that thing out, clean it out, and shit like that. But
that apartment complex makes money hand over fist, so they can afford it.
Yeah, there's also a and then one of those is also a senior living center.
Yeah. So there was a job posting for the senior living center. Recently.
They always have a job posted. Yeah. Always.
I was like kind of looking at it though. I was like, okay,
me too, dude. I've wanted to so bad, but at the time it was like I was making too much money at these other places, and you would have to take kind of like a pay cut there. But I've always been curious, like what it would be like. I imagine it'd be a combination of like a shitty hotel with like a few cool people and be like, "Oh, Aaron, can you make me my eggs like you want?" Of course, Miss Neely. Here we go.
Well, I was thinking it's probably honestly you probably just make it fucking like banquet style, like catering, and do huge portions of it, and then they give it to the
Like a
seniors,
continental breakfast or like a prisoner meal.
Yeah, like just
Go
big
unit
ass
to unit,
sandwiches and
knock
shit.
knock.
That's what I was thinking. Like they got some dude with a cart that like swings by all the rooms and goes, "Here's your
I
menu."
wouldn't mind doing that, honestly. Like I've had my I've scratched the itch to do that fine dining, super
Yeah.
technical stuff. Now I'm at a point where it's like I just want to have fun, and that sounds like fun.
Hmm.
What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? You're gonna quit and find another job.
The new place that I'm gonna be doing in Santa Rosa it's at a brewery, um, and they do live music and stuff there. So I'm stoked, dude. I'll be able to just see all this live music from where I'm chilling, pretty much, just making sure everything's going nice for
That is
me. So
sick.
yeah,
That used to sort of be the same way when I was at Sally Tomatoes.
yeah.
Um,
So Casali Tomatoes, it is a restaurant, right? They do have like a sit down,
it's an
like they do,
actual restaurant, a sit
right?
down restaurant,
And then
but
catering, a lot of
they
catering
do.
too.
You can also rent individual rooms.
Oh,
So when you
nice.
go in, there's the big restaurant, and it looks really nice. There's a stage where they have comedy nights twice a week, open
Oh,
mics.
cool. That's cool.
Um, you can rent out the main restaurant. Next to the bar is like this empty, like big empty room where they can do a party there. When you go into the restaurant to your left, there's another empty room. They have about like 3 empty rooms. So
So
they
you
can
can
have
just buy
three.
them out,
You
basically.
can buy them out
Yeah.
plus a restaurant. Then they have the back area where it is a full fucking stage. It blew my
Nice.
mind. A full fucking stage. They have like actual bands. He was telling me about the rappers that they had on, like Tech Nine and Ludacris, shit like that. Like
That's cool.
Sally's Tomatoes is where artists go where they want to do like an in between show. I've
Yeah.
experienced that very few times. There'll be like your tour dates, and then there'll be places where they just slide in for a quick show, fill it up, and that's it. And it's really sick. And then up in front of the big stage, they have like this big VIP area across,
Hmm.
so you can sit there and see everyone. During 420, we were open, but the restaurant was closed because for 420, he filled the entire like concert area. There was music and there was like a shit ton of food trucks and like vendors and people giving out weed. So no one was ordering food from us. So
Right.
all we did was like from 3 to 6, we just prepped for like parties. And I'm talking like bus tub full as a veggie, super easy shit. Just putting your headset in, whip that shit up. The cleaning was hella fun always. But yeah, we finished early and then everyone went to go eat like fucking tacos and get super duper high.
I was just about to say, like, I like a place working at a place where you can have like food trucks also come in and kind of flesh out what you got going on there, because it's always nice. Like where I'm at right now, at the block, we have like sometimes 2, 3 food trucks show up, and they're always
Yeah.
different. There's always a different every week, so I'll always go in there and be like, hey, like, you guys interested in a little trade, and I get free food all the time from them because I just give them, some stuff from the pizza place. I love that. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm always gonna recommend that place. If anyone is in the Runner Park area, if you know of Runner Park, California, and you're in that area looking for work, I would always encourage you just drop in and check out Sally's Tomatoes. The environment is 10 out of 10. Everyone's there. The owner's always there, and he's always just great. Even when he's like stressed out, he maintains professionalism. The Chef Kyle, fantastic fucking chef, man. And he's like those chefs that like even off the rip, I had a hard time reading him, but it was because he didn't take himself so serious. He
Mm-hmm.
was just always someone like, if you know something that I don't, let me know. If there's something that I know that you don't, I'll let you know, and we can work off of each other. Like, he's just like I said, it's like a line cook that just happened to move up higher than us, and it was fucking fantastic. Staff was fantastic. The pay was like, woo. I don't give a fuck what the Starks say. The pay there, mwah, holy fuck. And then the work there's chill. People there are chill, and then it's just nice. So yeah, if anyone's ever in the Runner Park, Santa Rosa area, Petaluma area, you're looking for a job, go to Sally's Tomatoes, apply there, see if they'll maybe they're hiring. Let them know Josue sent you. And if they don't remember who I am, show them a picture of me. Now, while Aaron gets his camera set up, I'd like to talk to you about the sponsor of today's live feed, SD and Philistine. SD and Philistine is an acknowledgement of both the loftier and depraved sides of humanity, a nod to us all, recognizing that all humans are tragically and triumphantly both. Never praising or devaluing one over the other, we simply acknowledge, not judge, that we are all at once both SD and Philistine. Nowhere more apparent than in the professional kitchen. Visit SD and Philistine at aesphil.com. That's aesphil.com. Welcome back, Aaron.
Walkie slush.
You gotta do your little screen, share screen, and run through some of the merch while you do the.
You know what? Let's go ahead and check out their merch store. Make sure.
Because a lot of the designs are really fucking cool for everybody out there.
Let's check them out. Let's share with the group. I'm going to do a little screen share.
Like, I'm looking at this one where the dude's serving his head up.
All right. So we go to asph.com. First thing we'll notice is with fork in hand. Now, it's my understanding that the owner, he's just playing around with, think about like there's SD and Philistine, and then with fork in hand by SD and Philistine, the sub, if that makes any sense. There's Jordan, and then you have, your Cortezes and stuff like that. Look at, what I like about this? Like this shit, are you looking at my screen?
Yeah.
This jacket looks legit. Like, look at this fucking jacket, man. It is just a nice. I don't know. Like, I like it. It almost looks like a Carhartt.
That's what I was about to say. It kind of looks like a Carhartt type of
Yeah, insulated and stuff like that. And here's the thing I like. I'm someone that like, I'm a buy it for life kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I'd rather buy something good. 165 is not going to deter me from buying this. Pick the medium and get it. Simply because something like this probably going to last me a long time. I won't have to worry about it, Look at this. Look at these. I like the light pink one. I like this one a lot. They have a white with fork in hand. Let's see if you all. With fork in hand. I like that. It's like a bone one.
It is a canvas jacket. I was looking at the.
That is sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, here we have this. I like this one. More salt. More salt, and it looks like the guy's falling. See, that's sick. It's like a wood carving. It has that old school lettering style. $40. For anyone wondering, that is not me. That is just a random model.
Oh, it's not you?
I know that. I know, Aaron. All brown people look the same to you, but that's not the case.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller.
Holy shit. Damn. I like these two designs. Sharp behind. I think that's dope. That is sick. Sharp behind and hands, please.
I like the amuse bouche one.
And the weeds. Dandelion. What are they? Dandelions? Daffodils?
Yeah.
I've recently come to learn that they're actually very, they're edible. I've seen people cook them into pancakes and shit like that.
Dandelion greens are delicious, man. They're fucking awesome.
I thought that one was very cool. SD and Philistine. The little man and the woman. Oh, the guy's wearing like shorts or maybe like boxers, and his legs are tattooed. I like the sweaters. That 160 sweater that you saw, I do like that one. I like this hands, please. Hurt is cool. And the weeds. More salt. See, more salt is dope. On the fly with the little cherubs.
I like that gray sweater that was up towards the top too. The design on it.
Tosser. It doesn't that mean something bad in England?
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
It's like calling someone an ass eater. but it's supposed to be a bad thing. If someone called me an ass eater, I don't know that I'd be that insulted.
2023, bud.
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, get with the times.
If you don't eat her ass, I will. Okay, so you make the decision right now.
Everybody's
Okay,
doing it, man.
everyone's doing it, so you can either get on board with it or not. I have an Aunt Philistine twice removed. I'm so glad that I read that whole thing before I assumed, because we're here talking about ass, and then this guy's like, my aunt. I'm like, whoa there, buddy. Hold it down. Okay. Aunt Philistine, twice removed. Philistine means not a person who is guided by materialism and is usually disdainful of intellectual or artistic values. Yeah, I like to. I'm very Philistine.
Yeah. More Philistine than aesthete most days, I think.
I'm Philistine most days.
Yeah, dude, I like that guy's sweaters though. They look nice, man. I would pay, like you said, I would pay the 165 for a nice like car.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I mean, you can look. I don't mind like a cheap little pullover. I'm all about it, But
Carhartts are already that price point already. Like canvas jackets, really nicely made ones are already that price point already. And I just like the aesthetic of it with fork in hand.
Perfect, man. You go into the walk-in and just start doing your shit. Yeah, that is sick. Like, how come people haven't jumped on that, man? But yeah, no, I completely agree. I love the style, and yeah, again, 160, man, pay that one time. That shit's gonna last you for a good hot minute.
Yeah, just don't gain too much weight.
No, have you heard of wax jackets? I didn't know that was a thing.
I've never heard of that.
The actual jackets that have wax on them, like if you stand them up, they'll actually stand up. But they're they're like, you're supposed to, like, you wear them and eventually it, like, the creases just are custom to your own body. And it's, they used them like in World War I, and they're supposed to be just waterproof, well resistant, dirt resistant, stuff like that. If you need to clean it, you wipe it off like once a year with a wet cloth. If you need to like reshape it or whatever, heat it up a little bit with, let the wax melt and then just let it cool off.
That's cool. I'd be into that.
But anyway, no, that jacket's hella sick. It makes me think of like a nice jacket to wear when you're doing inventory. Yeah, just have like one giant XL jacket in there. Boom. Coming up. But
I don't know if the XL will fit me, but
XL will fit you just fine, buddy. No. Don't put yourself down like that. We're body positive at the After Service podcast.
I'm positive that motherfucker.
I'm positive that my ass will not fit in there, Josue. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to, we're going to do this together. I'm going to go ahead and share this one last time.
You trying to get Gordon Ramsay again?
No. Check this out. So it says, my friend is helping me build this, is an ex-dishwasher, and I am a current cook. So I thought I'd share the site to review your boss with you all. It lets you review your current restaurant anonymously and browse other places as well. My co-founder used to work as a dishwasher, but learned code, lucky him. I'm a current cook and asked him to help me build this because I thought it would be useful to myself and my coworkers. The site is kitchenconfidentials.com. Let's explore it. For service workers, your voice matters. Search for your current or former employee. Leave anonymous reviews. Let's see. Let's look up Bird.
Your screen is frozen for me. It didn't go anywhere.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Just try it again. You see that now?
Oh shit! You're gonna add a review?
Oh! Hold on. Zamboni is here. Chef Mo has blessed us with his appearance. Yeah, we're about to check if the Bird of the Bottle has 0 total reviews. 1055 4th Street, Santa Rosa, California. Damn, they got the details and everything. No reviews yet. Be the first to review. Interesting. Can you review by chef? Oh, if only, huh? If only it could review by chef. Ratings, approves of management, recommended as a place of work location. That is sick.
That's pretty interesting.
Line cook supervisor, back of house, current employee, venue by 4 a.m., Ann Arbor, Michigan. 2 stars, 25 per hour. Does not approve. Oh, approves of management, recommended. That's wild. Dishwasher, great experience. Not much money, pay, or tip wise, but it's a mom and pop shop, nice for good food. 9 per hour, approves of management, recommended. So this is Kitchen Confidentials. Confidentials is plural.com. And I mean, I could definitely see something like this taking off.
I like this.
It's simple, but you know what? You can definitely work off of this. Undisclosed, front of house, Hamilton Steakhouse. I mean, it's only a matter of time before David starts hiring all the chefs to start putting good reviews.
An extra raise or bonus on your check.
Let's see, Stark Steakhouse. No reviews yet. Give it some time. Like Chef Nick was cool.
Chef
like
was cool.
It's like I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. 4 stars because Chef and Eric and Nick were fantastic. The 1 star is because they got David employed. But anyway, so everybody, I think that wraps it up for today's episode of the After Service Podcast live edition. I'm Josue. My partner, co-host, not guest, Aaron. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for coming. We will see you at the next end of service. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Make sure do a fire walk before you leave. Make sure that the ovens are off, the fryer's off. If you need to lock the walk-in, make sure that's locked. Make sure that the burner's off on the fryer, because sometimes we forget to do that. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening, morning, whatever it may be, and have a great service, guys. Thank you very much.